feeling the failure of it not being perfect haunts me so much. To the point where I'm like, okay, perfect or nothing. Because I don't want
anything else.
I don't want that void or that crash where it's like, oh, dang, I didn't get to the goal. Good to see you. 2, how are you doing today? And 3, welcome to the Echo of Vlad podcast. Now, this podcast I'm very excited for because this is the first podcast in the new studio. And if you checked out the vlog, you're definitely going to know what the studio looks like. Well, I'm telling you, I'm more than excited. But for this podcast, I'm more excited because my guest today is not somebody who's a stranger to the podcast. It's a person who's been on the podcast, person who saw like the first setup, and they seen this setup. And not only is this guy who's been on the podcast, he's one of my day one friends, and I'm happy to have him back. I'm happy to have another conversation with him because this is a long time coming. We have a lot to talk about. But without further ado, please welcome with me, Darbentz, Olmand. How are you doing, bro? How's everything?
Doing good, man. Good seeing you. Thanks for having me back on the pod.
Yes, man.
Studio looks good.
Yeah, you were astounded when you walked in.
I was flabbergasted.
Really?
My flabber was gasted. My flabber was gasted. I was blown away. It's a great setup. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, man. Listen, you were here 2022.
2020. I look back at it. It was 2022. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Been a few years.
We're both in a different place.
Oh, true. Yeah. Physically.
Yeah, physically, we're mentally a different place, bro. I'm like, what do you think? Like you said, you look back at what do you think of that setup versus this one?
I think they're both great. This is, I feel like, maybe more professional grade. It definitely shows, I think, your maturity as a podcaster, as a film enthusiast. I think it matches where you are right now in terms of the training that you're doing and the reps that you've had. I think it's very fitting to where you are right now as a professional. So I love the growth.
Yes. It's definitely a lot of growth. It's funny because I didn't realize it until I was like setting up last night. I was like, oh wait, hold on. I really kind of dreamt of having
this is a dream come true.
It is. And I didn't even realize it was more of a big dream come true. And I'm thankful for the opportunity that I have with it. And it's like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't if I didn't have that moment, I would have never realized it.
Yeah.
I would have never took a minute to appreciate the journey and stuff like that. I struggle with that a whole lot. But you may not know this, but we have a new segment on the podcast to start off.
Okay.
And the segment is called Randomly Asked Questions.
Randomly Asked Questions.
You know you have Frequently Asked Questions?
Frequently, yeah.
This is a Randomly Asked Question.
Okay.
A question you're not prepared for whatsoever.
I'm never prepared, so.
You know, this is the question.
Okay.
You have to give up one forever.
Okay.
Or you give up the need for one.
Need for one or one forever, okay.
The need to sleep.
Okay.
Or the need to eat.
Oh, this is easy.
You never have to eat again, or you never have to sleep again.
Yeah. People who know me are going to be like, I mean, I think the answer is simple for me. The need to eat. Because currently I eat to survive. I don't, if you can't tell from my build, I am not someone who's a big eats person. But I like a good meal. Especially if people take the time to prepare for me, going to enjoy it. I think my mom is a phenomenal cook, so I love her cooking, and everyone else who's cooked for me. It's been appreciated. But I'm not one of those people that goes to the restaurants, takes pictures, remembers all the meals.
Really?
Into the ratings and stuff. I'm not a foodie. That's the term. I'm not a foodie. I eat because I have to. So if I could give that up and so I would give that up, but I still need to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You're the most nutritious person in the world.
I see.
You don't have to eat.
I see.
Ever.
Okay,
you can take a bite if you want to.
If I want, but I don't need to.
You never have to.
That would be my go-to because it messes me up all the time, needing to stop to eat to recharge. So if I could just keep going and sleep, yeah, I'm not a foodie, man. So sorry to all the foodies out there. It's just that's not
foodies. He is against you.
I'm not against you. It's just not. It's not. I don't get the hype about food, bro. It's just you chew it and you swallow it, and then it goes away. And it's over.
It tastes good. You don't have any taste buds?
I do. I shared all of them. No, I mean, I enjoy a good meal, but not as much as the average person. So I'm not opposed to giving that up.
Got you.
I like sleep. I enjoy sleep.
I'll be real with you.
Yeah.
I'm on the opposite train.
You're giving up sleep?
I'm giving up sleep.
That's crazy.
10 out of 10 times. I sleep to survive.
Word?
I sleep because I have to, not because I want to.
You don't enjoy sleep?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because if I could stay up for 24 hours and with no consequences.
Not tired of it. Okay.
Bro.
Sheesh.
I'm looking at the times like, I do got to be up. And I'm like, okay, it's best if I go to sleep now. Mm-hmm. And then I stay up for another hour.
You wake up more tired.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I could just give up sleep, because that's like 6 hours you're never going to get back.
True.
That's
you only sleep for 6 hours, brother? It's supposed to be 8. you said 6 hours like that's the standard.
Literally.
I got you.
I got caught slipping.
6 hours.
I accidentally revealed the truth.
Hey, man. You're hustling. I got you.
If I really could just like stop needing to sleep altogether, that would be the biggest blessing of my entire life.
I got you.
Because I'm like, it's going to sound wild, but it's boring.
It is. I don't know. I enjoy the process of closing your eyes, drifting. You don't like that? Like dreaming something? You like dreams?
I do like dreaming.
I like dreams, yeah.
I think I'm like what they call like an active dreamer.
Oh.
Like the people who like...
You be moving around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know there was a thing until people say like, oh yeah, that's a thing. But I'm like, the process of getting to that point is just way too...
It's tedious. Yeah.
Right. It's just thoughts. And I'm like, I can do this while I'm awake.
I don't need to be resting. Okay.
Exactly.
That's
so
fair.
like if I could just stop needing to sleep altogether.
Okay.
That would be the dream come true. That would be the goal.
That's okay. Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I remember when I was young, I saw something, because I'm a big Batman fan.
Oh, of course. I love Batman.
I saw something like Batman only needs 3 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And my life goal is to get to the point where I only need 3 hours of sleep.
Okay.
I just have a war against sleep whatsoever. Have you ever stayed up for 24 hours straight?
That's a good question. I pulled like all-nighters, but like, yeah, I think... Okay, but how are we measuring this? Because like I've stayed up from maybe like 20 hours, but then fallen asleep before like the 24-hour mark. Like before the time I would have been awake for that hour. I felt like I've never gone a full 24 without sleep. I don't think so. I just can't. You've done that?
Yeah, I've done that multiple times.
Multiple?
Yeah, it's not good. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Like the most I stayed up was like, it was more than 24 hours. Yeah. It was like 24 hours plus 12.
Plus 12?
So about, 36.
Goodness gracious.
Because like I remember I had my job. I stayed up, right? Mm-hmm. But then I had to I couldn't go to sleep at all. I was in the bed. I was trying to sleep. I could not go to sleep.
This is not my fault.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, look up. And it's like, okay, it's 5:30. It's 4:30. I got to get up because I had an early morning job. But I also had like an hour and a half drive. So 4:30, got up, get ready. 5 o'clock, hour and a half drive. 6:30, I'm at the job location. Mm-hmm. I'm at the job location until 12:30.
Whew.
And boy, I'll be honest, like,
that's rough.
I was struggling to be conscious. I'm literally operating at the job like.
Wait, like, you ever been so sleep deprived that you feel like you're not in reality?
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's such an odd feeling.
And it's wild when you're driving.
Oh, that's not good.
Yes,
that's
it's not ideal. Good. It's like, whoa. Like, you don't, your mind.
It's so slow.
Your consciousness just isn't there for pockets of time.
That's a good point. Because, like, there are pockets of time that are not accounted for. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, there are, like, a few seconds where I don't know what happened. Yes. I'm here now. I don't know how I got here.
And I'm on the road.
It's kind of scary.
Literally, after the job location, after the job, I literally had to pull into a BJ's and just sleep in the parking lot.
That's safe.
That's literally what I had to do. So I learned that lesson. 36 hours might be the mark.
Oh my God.
Might be like the cutoff. 24, I've done that.
Okay.
As a student, I'm also curious. Are you a stay up all night or work or wake up early to finish the assignment? You have an assignment due at 9 a.m. What are you doing?
I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I just there's a certain point within the night I just cease to be productive, and I just rather get some sleep and wake up and tackle it with like a new set of eyes in the morning. I think just after like midnight it's a cutoff for me. Really like 11. It's just like I don't think I'll be as productive, so I'll just like call it quits, wake up. I feel like usually when I wake up in the morning, I just catch things that I missed that night. I'm just in a better position to do it. Well, that's my strat.
You trust yourself.
I do. Like to wake up.
To wake up.
That's what's I was so good at it. Like in college, beginning of medical school, I was but now I'm so washed. Like it's really bad. Like I'm getting up at 10, 11. I'm like I'm a shell of my former. I used to get up like I don't know 6, 7. You know,
bro.
Be productive.
No, I'm not trusting myself.
That's fair. That's the worst.
It's a war between me and my body.
That's true.
If I give him a little too much control,
it's not going.
I'm not getting up.
Tough.
I remember there was one time where my body said no.
He said it's a no.
Like I was treating it badly for the whole week, and then like the one time I needed to wake up early,
he said no.
All the alarms were like gone. Slept through. People calling my phone. People trying to wake me up.
This man died.
My body literally said no.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so ever since 2019, no, I don't trust my body at all.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
That's literally it, bro.
That's tough.
But you said that you're in your last year of medical school.
Last year, yeah.
The first time we had the pod,
yeah,
you were in the first year of medical school.
Really? That's insane. That probably was the first, second, yeah. Bro, like really early on.
You said it's been a journey, right?
It has been a journey.
Man, and the last episode, I said, don't become a Philly native.
Yeah.
He went and became a Philly native.
I failed. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I fell in love with the city, man. The city of brotherly love.
I'll be honest, that's my second city.
Nice.
I've never been to Philly, but like, I'm a Dolphins fan.
Yeah.
And then I'm an Eagles fan.
Why?
Because I love, like, from afar, the culture, like, when I see it, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's like, I do like, the Eagles and stuff like that. Not the 76ers, but, like...
The Eagles. I'm a certified Eagles hater.
Oh, really?
Like, no, like...
While living in the city?
It's very... Like, my medical school friends they know me as that. I watch the games with them just to hate on the Eagles. Not to even cheer the other team. I want them to lose really bad.
I'm concerned about your safety.
You should be. I keep it towards people I'm safe. I wouldn't go out in the public, but...
I mean, it's out in the public.
Oh, sheesh. Cooked. Oh, man. Redacted. But, no, I like... The Eagles are, they're a good team, but I do like hating on them.
Gotcha.
But the city is nice. I like the city. You should visit.
I should visit, bro. I really should.
Get you a Philly cheesesteak.
Is it better over there?
Philly cheesesteak?
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's legit. Like, there's some really good spots, Angelo's and stuff, that make really authentic Philly cheesesteaks, and they even have vegan options if you're into that. Yeah.
Got you.
I don't know what it's made out of, but yeah. Get you a Philly beansteak, I guess.
Philly beef. Now, wow.
Yeah.
But life in Philly has been good to you.
Oh, fantastic. The city's so vibrant. There's so much to do. People are really cool. It's like, it's one of those places where it's like, I'm trying to describe it correctly. It's charming, but it's also it's rough around the edges. You know what I mean? It's Philly. Really? It's toughing up. It toughens you up, but people, like people are impatient. They're always trying to go places. Maybe not most polite people in the world, but they're passionate about their sports, about their politics, about Philly news, and I think they want to make the city a better place, and they're very inclusive, and it's a very nice place to live. Again, there's always a lot of things to do. The sports scene's great. The food scene, I think, second to none. Even as someone who's not a foodie, I can appreciate the food. A lot of good sites. The medical school, a lot of great connections there. A lot of good science, a lot of good entertainment. Just a good spot.
Gotcha. But so in those 4 years, right? Do you feel like you've accomplished enough in medical school?
Have I accomplished enough? That's an interesting question. I think similar to you, when you said you're setting up last night, and that's when it dawned on you that, oh, look how much I've done, or this is like a dream come true. I'm very similar in that vein, because I'm someone who is always looking forward to the next goal, the next accomplishment, and it's hard for me to be introspective about where God's brought me thus far and be as thankful as I should be about those moments. But I would say, no, looking back, I have accomplished a lot. And I think, again, if you asked me at a different time, maybe I wouldn't be as cognizant of that and just be like, oh, there's so much more to do. But I think it's been such a long journey, and just making it to this point is a testament to God's faithfulness, but also just Him giving me the ability to make it this far and seeing where I've been. I think, something I'm thinking back to now are just the moments where I failed or didn't do as well as I should have, and seeing how I was able to grow from that. And, just looking to where I'm now currently and feeling comfortable clinically with patients, feeling like I have a goal a good tool set of how to approach different problems, and thinking about how in a few months I'll be an actual prescribing doctor is pretty surreal. But I feel comfortable in that position. And I'm also aware that there's a lot more learning to do, a lot more growing. But I haven't done a lot, and I've met a lot of cool people. And I think what I'm most proud of is that I've remained humble, and I've remained myself through the process. I don't take life too seriously, and I think I haven't lost that spark, right? Because I think we were talking about that earlier on the ride over here, getting jaded because you're doing something and you just get tired. And again, it's early in the process, but I'm glad that I've remained who I am throughout the process. So I'm proud of myself for those reasons.
Are you the type to keep track of your goals?
I'm not, but I should.
I should too.
No, it's a good thing to do. There's a lot of things I should do that I don't. Yeah. But I think it's helpful because it's a helpful reminder of what you're trying to obtain. But also when you accomplish something, you look back to it and be like, oh, like I did that. Yeah. And then that gives you confidence to approach the next situation. So no, I should, but I don't.
I should too. Yeah. Because for me, it's like, even like I said, like it was an accident that I appreciated where I am right now. It's an accident, not a keep track of your goals type of thing. Yeah. I feel like if I kept track of my goals, I would be much happier. Yeah. But also be more appreciative and more I would be less harsh on myself. I'll be honest, like I look at things a lot of like, I look through the lens of glass half empty.
Ooh, more than pessimist.
When it comes to myself.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I always look at it like, okay, is there something that I didn't do? Or what am I not doing? Let me figure out how to do that. Yeah. And then once I get to that, I'm like, okay, the next thing I'm not able to do, let me figure that out. Yeah. Instead of like, okay, I accomplished this, I accomplished this, I accomplished this. I should be looking at it more like, okay, I'm doing better than I was before. I'm always looking at it as like, okay, the Vlad ahead of me is so, like, I need to get
so far ahead.
Yeah. That's how I accidentally look at things. I don't try to be a pessimist, well, at least with myself. With other people, I'm the most optimistic person. But, like, with myself, I'm like, oh, bro, you need to do this. You didn't do that. You X, Y, Z. That's where I am. Everybody and their mama was saying, get some ladies on the podcast. You got to get the ladies' perspective. Where the girls at? We did exactly that.
Like, maybe I think I need to come to reality.
Right.
What's
Let them be in love.
It had to be long distance, even if you're 5 minutes away.
Different sets of ladies, different sets of discussions, same exact question. What do the women want?
There's a lot of shallow men.
A man who can lean into his softness and who can raise his children, and love his wife.
Definitely communication for sure. Just even if it's like just talking. Oh, we could meet up in August.
This is the 2-Man series, only on the Echo of Vlad podcast.
Yeah. So a piece of advice that someone gave me a while back, beginning of med school, and it's really stuck with me since. It happened in this very non-formal way. But something she said, she's a friend of mine, and she was like, we have to talk to ourselves the way we talk to friends. Because to your point, I'm the same way. All my friends, if they came to me wanting to be encouraged or feeling down on themselves, I'm the first person to lift them up, but I'm not the same way to myself. Right. So it's like reviewing the things that I say to myself, I would never say to a friend, like, oh, you're not doing this or you messed up here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just, I think that perspective was really helpful to me, and I'm trying to do a better job of recognizing that in myself and be like, I need to treat myself the same way I treat my friends in terms of the way I view them and their successes and being able to lift them up. I should extend that same kind of courtesy to myself as well.
Yeah, I struggle with that.
It's hard.
People tell me that all the time, like, be nice to yourself.
Yeah.
It's like, how? It's
I know myself. I know I should be doing so much more.
Yeah. Like, I think when it comes to ourselves, we naturally keep track of the things that we fail at.
True, yeah.
Or the things that we're just not able to do. Yeah. And then it's like, that just bugs us. That, like, we keep that in front of us the whole time.
For sure.
I don't know how to get over that. Yeah. I think keeping track of the goals is like something I should do. Should be that probably is the thing that's going to separate it more.
Yeah. Something related to that, not completely the same, but like prayer journals is a lot of people have them, and I think that's something I want to incorporate more because I think it's also a helpful way of just writing down your prayers and then going back to it to see how God's kind of provided for you in the past, and then I think that gives you that trust to be like, oh, He's done this thing in the past and do it. Because I think for me, I pray about a lot of things, and the Lord either gives gives it to me in this season or another season, but then I kind of forget about them. But I think prayer journals are a helpful way in the vein of writing down goals of just writing things down in general, right? To look back on them and say, oh, wow, this is where I was then and here I am now, and being thankful for those opportunities.
I even look back at like even the cameras, the setups and stuff
Word.
like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, this was it what it was 2 years ago,
Yeah,
3
man.
years ago. This is very, very different.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn to be so attentive or be so thankful, or even for the journey and stuff like that. Like, I don't like when people say like I'm thankful for the hardships. I'm not that type of person.
I'm not. I don't want them.
No. If I have my choice,
Oh,
there would be no.
There would be no
hardships.
hardships. Yeah.
I can't say that I'm always thankful for the hardships,
Yeah.
but I am thankful for the lessons that I've learned. Like I would say like I could be appreciative of the lessons I've learned from the situations I would never repeat. And that's a thought I always have.
Yeah.
Like I would never repeat certain situations, but I can be thankful for the lessons from them. Do you feel like that same way?
That's a good point. Like I would not want to relive that situation, but I'm thankful that I went through it because the lessons I learned on the other end. I think that's a really helpful perspective to have. I think that's how I would phrase it as well. Because I think if we all had our ways, we wouldn't have the downs, right? But the reason that we have the reason why the mountaintop feels so great is because we know what the valleys are like. So I think that perspective is helpful to allow you to realize, when you're in these joyous situations, looking back to the moments when you're down and thinking about the lessons you learned throughout those seasons. I think that's very helpful, and that's how I would see him to myself too, because I think it's these challenges that produces perseverance that allows you to grow. If there isn't that strain, the classic idioms of like pressure creates diamonds, right? So there has to be a little bit of tension in your life to produce growth, and I think the lessons you learn carry with you. Yeah.
When you say tension, it's
Yeah.
always funny because the tension is so weird because it's like there's so many points where I'm like, oh yeah, this is it. Like there's no guarantee this is gonna continue further. There's
Oh,
no
for sure.
guarantee. And I'm like, although I could be thankful for like the tension that made me stronger, I'm like, was that tension really necessary?
Was it necessary? Yeah. I feel like we don't have the verse I also often think about. It's like in Romans 8 when it says that God works all things for the good of those who love him and are called according to his purposes. And it's hard in the moment to see that, right? It's just like, how in the world can God redeem this situation for good? But it's helpful reminder to me that I'm not outside of time, right? God is outside of time, and sometimes I'm able to see, because of this, it led to this. And at least in my life, when I'm going through a certain situation, which is horrible, and I wouldn't recommend that on my worst enemies, but I make it through the other side, thank God. I think the blessing for me is like I'm now able to talk that through to someone else. Like when they're going through it, I can be like, oh, I've been there. And maybe the reason I was allowed to go through that is that I can be that resource for you and be like, oh, like you're not alone in that journey, right? So that's at least one where I'm like, okay, these hardships have a purpose. And I think even absent of that reason, there's other grander purposes, I think, in the eyes of God. But I think that's the one way that gives me a level of like reassurance, like, okay, cool. I this was terrible, but now I can help it be less terrible for you because I went through something similar.
True. Even when I'm giving advice,
Yeah.
I find myself less in that position of like, okay, I went through it.
Yeah.
More like, oh, your situation is so much like mine.
Yeah.
I'm giving you advice that I need.
Yeah.
I find myself in that position so many times.
Yeah. You're just talking to yourself, yeah.
Yeah, accidentally. It's always like weird for me because I accidentally measure myself in like what I'm not doing almost until I see somebody in a position that I'm already doing or that I've been in before.
Yeah.
I fail to appreciate it until I see it like in front of my face. Somebody's going through this or somebody in a position that I was in like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, I actually did came so far.
Yeah.
Or I'm giving that person advice. It's like, oh wow, I was in that position.
Yeah.
I'm accidentally grateful. But instead of like it being on purpose or me keeping track of the things, it's like, okay, I gotta be physically, like manually reminded of these things.
True. I think like mentorship is really helpful in that. Like when you're mentoring other people, it's helpful to them to help them navigate through these different situations. But it's also helpful to yourself to be like, oh, I was in your position a few years ago, and this is what I am doing, or this is what I did to arrive where I am today. But it's just a reminder to me about my journey of where I've been, and being able to speak that into someone else's situation, I think is really, really helpful, because it's just a reminder to yourself of like, oh yeah, again, I used to be that person, and I can give you really helpful advice. And then, I can, that's also a reminder to me. But I don't think that replaces, to your point, like writing things down. Maybe that's something we should both do in terms of writing things down more often.
I feel like, because I remember we were on the ride here, and we're talking about like, on the ride here, we're talking about like, what is the end? Is there an end goal and stuff like that? Do you, like, aside from the end goal, do you feel it's hard to measure yourself or measure like how, like where you're supposed to be versus where you like want to be in the future?
Yeah, that's a good question. I do think there's some difficulties in that, in terms of like, because I think what happens to me is that I always want to measure myself up to the highest possible standard. I think there's, especially medicine, but anyone in a very demanding field, it recruits a certain type of person that's very, I guess, type A, and very much goal oriented and wanting to do the best. And then when you fail to accomplish that, it feels like
it's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible. It feels like it's a all or nothing kind of situation, where it's very much not that, right? Like, okay, cool, I've set this goal. I wasn't able to achieve that, but I achieved something else. But I'm not going to recognize that. I'm going to be like, oh, I failed to do that, as opposed to like, I did something, right? So I think sometimes I need to, we were talking about this earlier, like recalibrate, right? Calibration of what my metrics are. I think there's nothing wrong of aiming for the highest possible thing, but if I'm not able to accomplish that, it's not, I don't have to look back at that and say that I failed in its entirety, but I was able to do something. And there's a quote that says, some of my biggest failures in life are knowing that I never tried. So like, there's even an appreciation for trying. Okay, you didn't get that, and I can sit in that. So I think, sometimes my calibrations are off, and it's also just like, I don't know. You don't know what the future holds, so you can have these expectations,
right,
but you never can know what's going to happen. So then when you get to the future and just like, oh well, this is where I wasn't. This isn't where I was expecting to be, but you didn't know that there was going to be this tragedy in the family or this kind of economic recession. There's so much things outside of your control. So really, I try to look at it, okay, I can set these goals for the future, but what can I do today to be better and set myself up for future success, knowing that, again, a lot of these things are out of my hand.
Yeah.
So I try to stay in the moment and really try to, again, aim for the stars, but just be appreciative to anything I'm able to accomplish in general.
You said that, and that's like perfectly described me, because I'm like, aim for the stars, and if I can't hit the stars, it's nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Like, for me, I remember when I was going over some notes from the last pod, I said something, I was like, wow, I'm kind of in that same place, where I was like, if I said, I try to perfect the plan as much as possible, and if I can't perfect the plan, I just throw out the plan.
Throw it away.
Forget the plan whatsoever. I'm still sometimes find myself in that same boat, because I'm like, bro, I want this. It's not so much I want it to be perfect, but it's like feeling the failure of it not being perfect haunts me so much, to the point where I'm like, okay, perfect or nothing, because I don't want
anything else.
I don't want that void or that crash where it's like, oh dang, I didn't get to the goal. That's where I fall in. Like, I have a laundry list of opportunities that I've not done because I was like, oh, I don't know how to perfect it. I don't know how to make it the best or whatsoever. And I'm like, okay, forget the whole plan. Throw out the whole dream and XYZ. That's where I struggle to get out of. It's difficult.
It's tough. There's a quote that says, comparisons is a thief of joy. And even, because I think when we think about that quote, we think about, oh, I'm comparing myself to others. Right. But even comparing myself to what I imagine what I should be, you know what I mean? And that's even stealing away your joy, because I do it to myself as well. Like, commonly in the hospital, we have to give presentations about a patient, and then there's a way that I want to do that in my head, then I actually do it. I'm just like, oh, that's actually terrible. You know what I mean? Because I stuttered, because I didn't say this, because I mispronounced this drug, and it's like this abhorrent, terrible failure in my mind. But in actuality, it probably isn't that bad. But having that mindset of progression, I think that does nullify progression, because I think at least that's where I've settled. I am all about progression. Like, okay, cool. Did I do everything perfect? No. But did I make steps in the right direction? Yeah. Am I getting a few more points in this practice test? Yeah. Is it a perfect score? No. But it's like a step forward. And I think as long as you're stepping forward, you're in a good place, right? So at least that's what has given me that sense of okayness with, because I love perfection, right? Because it makes me feel like, oh, I did it all correctly. But I'm also becoming okay with mistakes. And I think especially in medicine, you have to be, because you're gonna make them all the time. You have to be humble towards that. But I think it's also a part of being human. That there are times when you can make the perfect song or perfect, not make a mistake on the piano. But I think there is a level of like, I don't know, the blues where there is clunkiness that makes it human. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense, but that I think that the dichotomy is becoming more comfortable to me.
I think because when you said that, it reminded me of something I thought about a while back. Everybody sees the masterpiece, but nobody sees the eraser marks.
Oh yeah,
even when you say a comparison is a thief of joy, not just with other people, with your idea.
Yeah.
Like you imagine the masterpiece. You imagine exactly where you think it's going to be perfectly, but you don't imagine the eraser marks to where you got to that moment. Like I remember my last class of my first degree, right? Worst teacher, if you're watching this, professor, if you're watching this, it's not your fault. But my last class, I hated it.
God,
it was drawing.
Oh, I think we talked about this. Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, it was such a mind-boggling experience because you think drawing is like, okay, you either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
But what I learned in that class is that there's technique even in the eraser marks.
Ooh.
There's techniques even in how you recover from a mistake.
Yeah.
Or even some mistakes are intentional to have the eraser marks to get to the masterpiece.
That's a word.
That's literally what you just reminded me of.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So, Professor, you're a genius for that one.
Hated your class though, but you're a genius.
You're a genius for sure.
Nice.
But literally, it's difficult measuring success or measuring where I'm supposed to be. At least, even for me going back to school and stuff like that, even with you, in your last semester of school, you is there ever a set point where it's like, okay, I am exactly where I need to be? Because I don't know where that feeling is.
I got you. I think where I've landed is where I need to be is where I am. This is the moment. And could I be somewhere else? Could I be somewhere different? Could I be doing more? Of course. But I'm here and I'm okay with being here. I think I've just gotten to this point where I'm learning to be content. Philippians 4 talks about this, and it's a famous passage about I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. And that's taken to mean I can dunk, and I can windmill, and I can catch a football in the end zone. But I think the broader context is Paul is reflecting on how he knows how to find joy when he has a lot, when he has nothing, when he's shipwrecked, when he's housed well. And the secret to that is that in Christ he can do all things. And I think that's where I've found my contentment of when I look around, I'm so blessed. I have a family, I have friends, I'm being able to have an education, and there's always this want for more. But this is success to me, and I'm loving God. I'm trying to love other people. I don't do that perfectly, but I'm always repenting and trying to serve Him more faithfully. And that's something that not everyone has an opportunity to really have or reflect on as comfortably as I've been able to do so. Right. So I think just where I am today is where I'm supposed to be. And where I am tomorrow, that's where I'm supposed to be too. And that at least gives the pressure off me, because I think, especially before med school, it's okay, gotta grind to get here. Then you get here and just what now? Well, I have to grind to become a resident. What now? You have to grind to become an attending. There's always this pursuit of more. And again, there's nothing wrong with that ambition. I think that's godly. But there's also this contentment. And I'm learning to just sit here and be take a deep breath. I'm here, this is where I'm supposed to be, and I'm good. Can I strive for more? Of course, but I'm also okay with where things are now. Yeah.
Taking a deep breath is something you ever realize, you ever forget
to breathe?
To breathe. You ever, I forget to breathe. I'm hold on, have I been breathing this whole time?
Yeah.
That's literally, I struggle with, taking a moment to, recognize the present. That's my toughest thing.
That's why it's called the present, because it's a gift.
Yes, a gift.
Getting
philosophical.
Philosophical, yeah.
But literally, I forget to look at where I am now.
Yeah.
And it's not where I used to be. I literally stumbled on a video, the first ever YouTube video.
Wow.
I was hold on, bro. This was so, I'm not saying it was trash, but at the time, I was yo, this is the greatest thing in the world. I looked at my old pictures and old photography in high school. I was yo, these are such beginner photos.
Yeah.
In the moment, I was yo, these are best photos ever. These deserve to be in a magazine. This deserves to be everywhere.
Yeah.
But now I look back, it's dang, I really have grown in many areas of my life. And it's it's difficult because I'm always looking forward. And I'm okay, what is the next thing I'm not doing? What's the next thing I need to do? What's the thing that I'm not, the glass is half empty.
Yeah.
How do we get it to fully full instead of oh wait, we poured a lot of water in this. even what you said, like I really take that to heart because I struggle so much. Even with the pod and like taking breaks and stuff like that, it's a lot of times usually due to like me feeling like I haven't done enough. And that's always my shorthand. That's always where I struggle with, because like if I feel like I'm not doing enough, I'm so tempted to just like, okay, throw away the plan. Yeah. Like if I was like on the way to med school, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I could do it perfectly. Yeah. Forget being a doctor. Forget the lies. I'm done. Forget the lies. Forget everybody. I could possibly save. Forget everybody. Yeah. I don't think like, I'm not saying I don't think I could survive it, but I'm like, I don't know how to say I'm doing enough. That's my biggest downfall.
I got you. And I want to speak into kind of like, I think your pursuit of excellence is something that I admire, and I want to be better at that, because you're always pushing yourself. You're always trying to attain more. And again, I don't want to make it seem like there's anything wrong with that, because I think that's really great, and I think it shows someone who's really thinking about their future or knows what you're put on this earth to do, and you want to do that to the best of your potential, right? But it's also kind of, again, the balancing act is doing that while also being comfortable where you are right now and being introspective and being like, I've accomplished a lot. Because I think what I would hate to happen is that you continue to chug forward, and then when it's all said and done, you feel like, oh, this was it, as opposed to like, as you chug forward, being reminded of all the different things you accomplished, so that you're encouraged throughout that process, right? Because like we were saying earlier, there's always this thing that we imagine in our minds that we're supposed to obtain, and when we fail, we get disappointed. But I think once we're, I guess, comfortable in the present, or reminded of how far we've come, it gives us it gives us the ability to have grace on ourselves, and then then I guess the extra strength to move forward. So it's like, I think that ambition is awesome, but just contentment is the word of the day. Just also being content where you are now.
Yeah. Do you think lack of contentment is always on purpose? When I think lack of contentment, I think of like the typical archetype of the greedy, rich billionaire who's like nothing's enough for him. But even like as I grow up now, I'm like, the lack of contentment that sometimes it's like more of a hyper focus. True. And I'm afraid of falling into that. But again, it's like how do I avoid that path? Yeah, like the balance, right? Because you don't want to be so content that you're not going to move forward, right? Right. And that's what I'm afraid of.
I got you, which is a very, I think, rational fear to have, and that's the balance, right? That's the tension. Jesus, when the disciples asked him, we want to be the grace in the kingdom, how do we obtain it? He doesn't scold them for their ambition, but he redirects them, right? He says, okay, if you want to be the grace in the kingdom, you have to be the servant of all, like the Son of Man, who came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life, right? So it's like, that's in God's kingdom, that's how I become the greatest. It's not by giving up my ambition, but it's refocusing that ambition to service to others, to giving back. Because I think that's ultimately how we find our fulfillment. Again, there's nothing wrong with having these ambitious or these ambitions as it relates to our careers and our next steps. But I think along the way we find ultimate fulfillment is bringing others with us along the way. Right. Like at least for me, like med school, becoming a doctor, great, but some of my greatest accomplishments are just like mentoring other people, seeing people through the process, or just like helping people on the street that I come across. Like, take my medical degree to the side, just doing that, that fills me with so much joy and contentment that the degree will only pale in comparison because of what it means to be there for others. Because I think the archetype of contentment as it relates to failing to be so, because you're greedy and trying to grab as much as possible. I think that's an obvious one to glean off of. But it's also the opposite extreme of being comfortable in that and not moving forward is where the balance lies. I'm so afraid of the comfort. Yeah. Like, you don't want to do that.
So like that's why I stay up so. That's grinding, why I would like get rid of sleep, because I like the comfort is scary. Like the comfort of like, okay, I feel so uncomfortable, I'm not going to wake up. Yeah. And I'm not going to wake up on time and to do the assignment or whatsoever. Like, I'm afraid of that comfort. I'm afraid of like, oh, everything's good, I don't need to work hard, or I don't need to like have a goal to pursue and stuff like that. That's really what I'm more afraid of than not failing.
Yeah. Because I don't think the comfort is intrinsically bad. Because I think we need that. Because we need the comfort of like, I've done, like at the end of the day when you're going to bed, like, I did a lot today. I'm okay with that, and I can rest. As opposed to like you're going to bed like, I didn't do enough today, I need to do more tomorrow, and then there's always this stress reaction. I think just resting in Christ and being like, okay, like I've done my part, and could I have done more? Of course you could have, but I did enough. It's out of my hands, and tomorrow I'll do more. I think there's a level of peace I want all of us to have as we strive for more. Because you can obtain all these things, but if you lose your mental health in the process, you've lost a lot there. You want to hold on to all of that as you're obtaining.
I'm the type to like, and this gonna sound arrogant. It's gonna sound arrogant. I understand. I'm not trying to sound arrogant.
It's all good.
But I try my best to see like, oh, I could do everything.
For sure.
Like, not even like I could hold on to like the perfect career, the perfect family, social life balance, all that. Like, I'm the type to like want to accomplish everything.
Yeah.
Not particularly for glory sense. It's like you're like holding a lot of like, we're like I travel from my room to the laundry. Mm-hmm. So when I'm bringing clothes, I like try to get everything. Yeah. Or like getting all the grocery bags.
One trip, yeah.
That's me. Yeah. To a T. And if I can't do that, I'm like, dang it, I failed.
I got you.
Or like sometimes like, okay, I need to focus all my attention on grabbing absolutely every part of my life. Yeah. Instead of like focus on the one detail and the other details and the other details. Yeah. That patience is where I struggle.
Yeah, that patience, it takes time. I think within this conversation, I think we both have this realization that this doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong pursuit of getting more comfortable with being patient and being content and being comfortable striving for more, but also being comfortable where you are. It's a lifelong venture, you know what I mean? And some days, that's why we need grace, right? Because some days we're not as good at it, but some days we're better. And I think it's helpful to have people around us to encourage us in that, but just knowing that you're not going to find this mindset overnight, but it's about, like we were saying, something we could do practically is writing things down, right? Because then that allows us to see our goals, seeing what we accomplish and visit them. So there are practical things you can do along the way to ensure that you're kind of building these habits over time, which I think are healthy to do.
Right, man. Oh, this has been an awesome conversation.
It's good.
It really is. Man, it went by so quickly.
It flew.
Yeah. But it's been a long time coming.
Yeah,
I'm glad we were able to do it. To have you back, literally, because you were part of like the first year of the pod. Yeah. And then this is like the current year of the pod. Nice. And it's like, bro, it's
full circle.
Yeah, it really is. But man, it's good to see you, bro.
It was a pleasure.
Best with medical school.
Appreciate it.
And wherever you end up after. Yeah. As he told me, it's pretty much like the draft.
Yeah. We'll see where I get drafted at. But no matter where I get drafted back, I'm back for part 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay.
It might be a different setup.
Okay, looking forward to it.
A whole different thing going on. But
let's go.
We're going to have it back for part 3, and then a part 4, and then a 5. And 6.
It's like the big 3, not 1, not 2, not 3.
Man, I look forward to that.
Let's do it.
I look forward to that for sure. But man, Darbentz, where can they find you?
I guess I'm not like I have a LinkedIn. If they want to follow my LinkedIn, it's like my name.
Professional now.
I'm professional. I have an Instagram. I don't use it. It's Clutch Blazer if you want to follow that. Of course. Maybe I'll start writing. I enjoy writing, so maybe I'll start like a website where I write some reflections and stuff. But that's TBD. But yeah, I have a LinkedIn. Follow me at Darbentz if you want to see what I'm doing professionally. And Clutch Blazer, I post funny stuff. Sometimes godly stuff, but mostly funny stuff.
Nice.
At Clutch Blazer, but I'll be around.
Nice. And you guys know exactly where to find me. Echo Vlad _ everywhere. Not underscore everywhere, but _ everywhere on the platforms. Of course, Echo Vlad Pod. Please let me know what you think of this conversation down in the comments. I will see you guys in the next one. And as I say with everything, I wish you all the best. And with the rest, God bless.